Disclaimer. Kindly read disclaimer. I'm 57 years old. And if I could sit down with my 20-year-old self for just 1 hour, I wouldn't talk about becoming rich overnight. I wouldn't talk about buying expensive cars, and I definitely wouldn't tell myself to chase every new trend. Instead, I'd talk about the small financial mistakes that quietly stole years of my future. The painful part? I didn't realize I was making them. Not at 25, not at 35, not even at 45. Because the most expensive financial mistakes rarely feel expensive in the moment. They feel normal. They're the same choices millions of people make every single day. But over 30 years, those tiny decisions can quietly cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you're in your 20s, this video could save you decades of regret. If you're in your 30s or 40s, you still have time. And if you're close to retirement, you may recognize some of these lessons from your own life. But here's what surprised me the most. The biggest lesson isn't about making more money. It's about thinking differently, and I'll share that lesson near the end of this video. Let's begin. Time is more valuable than money. When I was 20, I thought money was the most valuable thing in life. I was wrong. Time was. Here's why. If you lose money, you can usually earn it back. But if you lose 10 years, no amount of money can buy them back. Most young people believe retirement is something they'll worry about later. That's exactly what I believed. I kept telling myself, I'll start saving next year. Then next year became 5 years. 5 years became 10. And before I realized it, I was already in my 40s. Here's something most people never calculate. Saving just a small amount every month in your 20s gives your money decades to grow. Waiting until your 40s means your money has much less time to work for you. The difference isn't just years, it's the power of time. And that power is something no one can replace. But time wasn't my biggest mistake. The next lesson quietly cost me far more. Stop trying to look successful. One of the biggest financial traps is trying to look wealthy instead of becoming wealthy. When we're young, it's easy to compare ourselves with everyone else. Someone buys a luxury car, we want one too. Someone posts pictures from an expensive vacation, we feel like we're falling behind. Someone upgrades to a bigger house, suddenly our own home feels too small. Social pressure is expensive. Very expensive. Many people spend years buying things they don't truly need, simply to impress people they'll probably never see again. Real wealth usually looks surprisingly ordinary. Many financially secure people drive reliable cars. Live below their means, avoid unnecessary debt, and quietly invest for the future. Their goal isn't attention. Their goal is freedom. Freedom from financial stress. Freedom to retire comfortably. Freedom to choose how they spend their time. And that's a very different definition of success. But there was another mistake, one that almost everyone makes without realizing it. Small daily habits create your future. Most people think financial success comes from one big decision: a better job, a lucky investment, winning the lottery. In reality, financial success is usually built through thousands of tiny decisions. Buying coffee every morning isn't the problem. Ordering food every weekend isn't the problem. Buying something online once isn't the problem. The problem begins when small habits become permanent. One unnecessary purchase becomes another, then another. Months become years. Years become decades. Eventually, people wonder why retirement feels so difficult. Not because of one expensive mistake, but because of hundreds of invisible ones. Here's something I wish someone had told me at 20. Every dollar has two choices. Spend it today, or let it work for your future. The wealthiest people understand this simple principle better than almost anyone else. And the next lesson completely changed the way I think about money. Your income is important, but your habits are everything. When I was younger, I believed one thing. If I could just earn more money, all my financial problems would disappear. But life taught me something completely different. I met people earning six-figure salaries, living paycheck to paycheck. At the same time, I met teachers, mechanics, nurses, and small business owners who quietly built impressive wealth. Why? Because income creates opportunity, but habits create wealth. The more money some people earn, the more they spend. A bigger paycheck becomes a bigger house, a newer car, more subscriptions, more expensive vacations, more monthly payments. Without realizing it, lifestyle inflation quietly steals every raise. Looking back, I wish someone had told me this. Don't increase your lifestyle every time your income increases. Increase your investments instead, because your future self will thank you for it. But here's something that cost me even more. Debt quietly steals your future. Nobody wakes up one morning planning to spend years paying interest. It usually begins with something small: a credit card, a car loan, a furniture payment, a buy now, pay later offer. At first, the monthly payment feels manageable. Then another payment appears, then another, until one day, a large part of your paycheck already belongs to someone else. Here's something I learned too late. Debt doesn't just cost money, it steals freedom. Imagine reaching retirement, still making payments on yesterday's decisions. That's a heavy burden to carry. Responsible borrowing has its place, but unnecessary debt often delays financial independence far longer than people expect. Before making any major purchase, ask yourself one simple question. Am I buying this because I truly need it, or because I simply want it today? That one question has saved many people thousands of dollars. But there was one lesson I completely ignored, and I regret it more than almost anything else. Invest in yourself before you invest anywhere else. People often ask, what's the best investment? Stocks? Real estate? Gold? The answer surprised me. The best investment I ever made was learning new skills. Every book I read, every course I completed, every mentor I listened to increased my ability to earn income. Knowledge has something very few investments offer. Nobody can take it away from you. The more valuable your skills become, the more opportunities you create. Many young people spend thousands upgrading their phones, but hesitate to spend a few $100s learning something that could increase their income for decades. If I could go back, I'd spend less money trying to impress people, and much more money improving myself, because skills create income, income creates opportunities, and opportunities create freedom. But none of these lessons compare to the next one, because this single realization changed the entire direction of my financial life. Your health is your greatest wealth. At 20, most people believe they'll always have energy. I believed that too. I thought I could always work harder, sleep less, eat whatever I wanted, and somehow my body would always keep up. I couldn't have been more wrong. As the years passed, I realized something money can never replace: your health. Without your health, even $1 million can't buy back your youth. Many people spend their younger years sacrificing their health to build wealth, only to spend their retirement sacrificing their wealth to recover their health. If I could go back, I'd exercise more, walk every day, sleep better, take care of my body before it demanded attention. Because retirement isn't just about having enough money, it's about being healthy enough to enjoy it. But there was another lesson, one I completely underestimated. The people you love matter more than the things you own. Looking back, I don't remember every paycheck I earned. I don't remember every gadget I bought. I don't even remember most of the expensive things I once thought I had to own. But I remember family dinners, weekend conversations, road trips, laughing with friends, watching my children grow up. Those memories became priceless. Money should support your life, not replace it. Too many people spend years chasing possessions while slowly losing the relationships that make life meaningful. Success isn't measured by what sits in your garage. It's measured by the people sitting around your dinner table. Protect those moments. One day, they'll matter far more than anything money could ever buy. But there's one final lesson. The lesson I wish someone had looked me in the eye and told me when I was 20 years old. Start before you feel ready. This is the lesson that changed everything for me. Most people wait. They wait until they earn more. They wait until next year. They wait until the kids grow up. They wait until life becomes easier. The problem is, life almost never becomes easier. There will always be another bill, another responsibility, another reason to delay. One day, you wake up, and 20 years have disappeared. If you're watching this in your 20s, you already have something incredibly valuable. Time. Don't waste it. If you're in your 30s, start today. If you're in your 40s, start today. If you're in your 50s, start today, because the best time to begin was years ago. The second best time is today. Small actions repeated consistently create extraordinary results. You don't have to become perfect overnight. You simply have to begin. Final message. If I could leave you with just one thought, it would be this. Your future is being built by the decisions you make today. Not tomorrow, not next month, today. The car you buy, the debt you avoid, the money you save, the books you read, the skills you learn, the people you spend time with, the habits you repeat. Every one of those choices becomes the life you'll eventually live. At 57, I don't regret working hard. I regret believing I always had more time. And that's exactly why I made this video. Because maybe, just maybe, my biggest mistakes can become your greatest advantage.